Funds available to encourage urban agriculture. Deadline is Thursday, January 12th, 2023. Businesses, schools, nonprofits, local governments, and tribal entities seeking to promote urban youth agriculture education and urban agriculture community development can apply for the Minnesota Department of Agriculture's Agriculture Growth, Research, and Innovation AGRI Urban Agriculture Grant. Proposals must be submitted before Thursday, January 12th, 2023 at 4 p.m. Visit the AGRI Urban Grants webpage for more information, including detailed information on how to apply. Summaries of past projects are listed on the webpage. Apply for an appointment to a state board of commission. The governor and lieutenant governor are seeking qualified and diverse individuals who are passionate about using their knowledge, skills, and lived experience to serve the state of Minnesota. State boards and commissions do important work that include protecting the public, licensing and regulating professions, and advising policymakers. With over 100 boards and commissions covering topics from architecture to the zoo, there are hundreds of opportunities annually. A list of boards and commissions, including open positions, can be found on the Minnesota Secretary of State's website. Please contact the governor's office with any questions. Some examples of boards that currently have vacancies include the Board of Dietetics and Nutrition Practice Board licensed dietitians and nutritionists, investigates violations, conducts hearings, and adopts rules. More information can be found on the Minnesota Secretary of State's website. That board currently has 2 vacancies, 1 licensed nutritionist, and 1 public member. The Emergency Medical Services Regulatory Board certifies emergency medical services personnel, licenses and inspects ambulance services, and approves and audits education programs. The board also investigates all complaints and allegations of misconduct involving those individual and entities that are subject to the board's jurisdiction. More information can be found on the Minnesota Secretary of State's website, and this board currently has 2 vacancies, 1 for a public member and 1 local Board of Health representative. Bivalent COVID boosters are now available. People ages 5 and older are now recommended to get an updated bivalent booster dose at least 2 months after their primary series dose or last booster shot. Bivalent vaccines are updated booster vaccines that protect against the original strain of COVID-19 and the Omicron variants that are currently circulating, which currently include BA.4 and BA.5. Updated COVID-19 boosters can both help restore protection that has decreased since previous vaccination and provide broader protection against newer variants. People in Minnesota can make appointments at state-run vaccination sites including the Mall of America Community Vaccination Site, St. Paul Midway, Duluth DECC Community Vaccination Site, Moorhead, and Rochester. The state's Find Vaccine Locations map can be used to find vaccine providers. Providers will update their information as appointments become available. Vaccines.gov can also be used to check for appointments and search appointments by vaccine type, for example, Pfizer or Moderna. November 8th election resources, website hotline, and translated videos. With just over a week to go before the November 8th general election, eligible Minnesotans are encouraged to go vote. Minnesota registered voters can still request an absentee ballot to vote from home at the Secretary of State's website. You can vote early with an absentee ballot at a local election office, or vote on Election Day at your polling place. The deadline to pre-register to vote has now passed. Eligible Minnesotans can still register when they go to vote at their polling place on Election Day with a proof of residence. A new call center has been created to help answer questions from voters ahead of the November 8th election. The call center is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. An ASL hotline is available at the VP number below. Through a partnership with the Minnesota Commission of Deaf, Deafblind, and Hard of Hearing, MNC-DHH, the hotline is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. A few exciting events have happened in the last week. On Saturday, Vice President Kamala Harris visited Minnesota, joining Lieutenant Governor Flanagan and the host of the She Pivots podcast, Emily Tish Sussman, for a discussion about reproductive rights. The conversation is available on YouTube now. Finally, last Thursday and Friday, the Minnesota Capitol welcomed goats and sheep to the complex to eat invasive species of vegetation. NPR reported that the animals are owned by the Minnesota Native Landscapes. I encourage you to learn more about this conversation tactic as well as view NPR's interview with a goat.